All right, another things I saw in the gym today. I'm looking around, just in between sets, just kind of observing what's going on in the gym. I just noticed, everybody's just obsessed with these machines these days, and everybody's, just using these machines. And I'm looking around, and I look over at the squat rack, and the power racks. We got 3 of them, and they're just completely empty. This is like 1 o'clock on a Saturday. I think it's prime time to be, hitting some big lifts, and of course nobody's using the racks, and I'm looking around and I see everybody using these machines, and it's like nobody's even struggling on any other sets. It's all just these nice crisp reps, and nobody's really pushing it. This isn't even like a commercial gym. It's like a hardcore gym. It's a dingy, hardcore, dirty kind of gym. It's got all the steel plates. I mean, it's a good gym. It's not some bubble gum freaking pop, one of these commercial posh gyms. It's a nice gym, but nobody's moving any weight. They're all just on these machines, and okay, whatever machines, but they're not even moving any weight on them. I'm looking around, and I'm seeing these, it's like the decline press, like the plate loaded one, and you can really load that sucker up with 45s, and this guy's got, a plate and a quarter. I'm like, what are you doing, man? Like a plate and a quarter on that thing? I mean, it's like, all right, man, okay. And then there's these kids in there, and they're doing these lengthy warm-ups, every little dumbbell and resistance band thing that you can do to warm up. And it's like, okay, that's fine. But then they sit down and they're using the shoulder press Cybex machine with no weight, and then they're using the lateral raise machine with no weight. I'm like, and then they go, and the guy's doing, reverse pec deck, no weight again, and it's just kind of like, why even bother with those warm-ups? You're not even moving any weight. You're not going to hurt yourself doing that, really. But, I mean, again, who am I to judge? These are just things that I'm observing. It's kind of this trend, and you got to look around, and you can almost tell who's like a Jeff Nippard enjoyer, like one of these science-based dweebs, You can just tell, like, everybody, you look at their reps, and it's like, oh, really good squeeze on that rep. Oh, yeah. Oh, look at the stretch on there. Ooh, nice, slow, controlled reps. I mean, great. You're not moving any weight. What's that even going to do for you? So, I don't know. It's just kind of like an interesting thing that I notice. It's the trend these days is to, oh, don't do any of the big lifts. They're not optimal for hypertrophy. I mean, what kind of world are we living in where people think that a squat or a deadlift isn't going to build muscle? I mean, it's just crazy. Everybody's always saying this crazy stuff like, oh, well, I don't do those because I'm lift for hypertrophy so I can build muscle. It's like, yeah, I mean, you're a beginner to intermediate. There's basically no difference in training for strength and training for hypertrophy. The paths of those two are very entwined until you become advanced. You don't need to specialize and try to do all this stuff like you haven't even built a base of muscle yet. So it's just interesting, and these are just things that I notice, right? And again, just nobody's moving any weight. I'm looking around at, what people got on the machines, and it's just kind of wild. So, I don't really know what the point of this is. It's just, I think eventually we're going to see this trend go back the other way, and eventually like big heavy deadlifts and the big barbell lifts and actually hoisting some weight, like that's going to come back into style eventually, or I mean, I hope, but maybe it won't. Maybe everybody's just, it is so easy to just sit on these nice machines. They feel so good, and you don't have to put any weight on them, and it just feels nice. And then, you don't even push your sets. You just kind of, you know, you go, and if you can't get a good squeeze on the rep, that's it. You know, even though you could probably struggle out 2, 3, 5 more reps on a lot of these sets. And yeah, again, I just, you know, I don't know. It's just a different generation, maybe. A lot of these people are younger than me. But yeah, that's it this time. That's all we got. So